That sound, for millions, it is the most hated sound in the world. The digital scream that rips you from the comfort of the void. And in that moment, as consciousness floods back into your body, the first battle of your day begins. You are losing it. The negotiation starts almost instantly. A pathetic internal whimper. The voice of weakness, the voice you've come to know so well, whispers its seductive lie. Just 5 more minutes. You deserve it. The world can wait. And you listen. You reach out a trembling hand, and you hit snooze. In that single, seemingly insignificant action, you have surrendered. You have signed a contract with mediocrity for the day ahead. You have broadcast a message to the deepest parts of your subconscious mind. Your comfort is more important than your command. Your feelings dictate your actions, not your will. This is the sacred morning ritual of the 99%. They begin their day utterly and completely defeated. They wake up, marinated in a state of self-disgust, having lost a war with a blanket and a plastic button before their feet have even touched the floor. They then stumble through the day, wondering why it feels so rudderless, why they are slaves to every distraction, every impulse, every fleeting desire. They wonder why they can't stick to their diet, why they can't finish their projects, why they feel a constant, gnawing sense of being behind. The answer was decided in that first minute. They began their day by proving to themselves, with physical evidence, that they are not in control. They taught their own mind that their promises are worthless, and their resolve is a joke. That first act of weakness sets the tone for 1,000 subsequent failures throughout the day. It's a psychological poison, and you drink it willingly every single morning. But there is another group, the 1%. They hear the exact same sound. The same digital scream pierces their sleep. But for them, it is not a negotiation. It is not a suggestion. It is a signal. It is the bell for round 1. And before the voice of weakness can even form a syllable, their feet are on the floor. There is no debate. There is no emotional calculus. There is only execution. They start their day not with a surrender, but with a victory. A small, clean, absolute victory over their own lesser nature. And they take the momentum from that first win, and they stack it. They stack another victory by making their bed, another by drinking a glass of water, another by moving their body. By the time the 99% are hitting snooze for the 3rd time, the 1% has already built a fortress of discipline. They have proven to themselves that they are in command. You are listening to this because you are sick of losing that first battle. You are sick of that hollow feeling of weakness that follows you from your bed into your day. You are tired of being a spectator in your own life, ruled by feelings you can't seem to master. You have felt the promise of the person you could be, the one who wakes up with purpose and acts with intention, but that person seems to die every morning at the sound of the alarm. Listen very closely, because what you are about to learn is not a life hack. It is a law of human nature. The person you will be for the next 16 hours is decided in the first 60 seconds after you wake up. The war for your mind, your productivity, and your self-respect is won or lost in that tiny sacred window. And right now, you are on the losing side. You believe the lie that hitting snooze is a small comfort, a gentle way to ease into the day. You call it listening to your body. You tell yourself that this small indulgence is a form of self-care, a necessary buffer against the harsh demands of the world. This is the great illusion, the comforting fiction you have carefully constructed to justify your morning surrender. Let us dismantle this illusion, piece by piece, and expose the cold, hard reality you have been avoiding. You are not practicing self-care. You are training for weakness. Every time your hand reaches out and presses that button, you are performing a neurological ritual. You are injecting a microdose of failure directly into your nervous system. You think it's just a button, but your brain sees it as a choice. A choice between a commitment you made to yourself the night before and the fleeting pleasure of a few more minutes of warmth. And you consistently choose pleasure over commitment. You are teaching your brain, at the most fundamental level, that your own commands are optional, that your decisions are negotiable. With every press, you strengthen the neural pathways of instant gratification, and you allow the pathways of discipline to atrophy and die. You are, quite literally, programming yourself to be a person who gives in. And then there is the identity you've built around this failure. You say, "I'm not a morning person." You wear this label like a badge, as if it were a fixed, unchangeable biological trait, like your eye color or your height. It is a fiction, a convenient story that absolves you of all responsibility. Let's be brutally honest. Being a morning person is not a genetic gift. It is a decision. It is a reflection of discipline, not biology. You are not tired. You are uncommitted. You are not groggy. You are undisciplined. You have chosen to identify with the habit of weakness, and so you perpetuate it, day after miserable day, because it is easier to claim a flawed identity than it is to do the hard work of forging a new one. That comfort you seek in the warmth of your bed is the most insidious trap of all. It feels like a sanctuary, a safe harbor, but it is a cage. Its warmth is not nurturing. It is the enervating heat that softens your resolve. Its comfort is not restorative. It is the paralyzing comfort of a prison cell. With every minute you linger there after the alarm, you are forging the mental chains that keep you a prisoner of your own emotions for the rest of the day. You think you are resting, but you are reinforcing the habit of delay. You are practicing the art of procrastination. You are rehearsing for a life of mediocrity. Your strategy is not giving you more energy. It is systematically destroying your mental armor before you have even faced a single enemy. You step out of bed, not rested, but already defeated, carrying the quiet shame of that first, pathetic loss with you into the light. The solution you're looking for isn't hidden in a new productivity hack or a motivational seminar. It is not modern at all. In fact, it is ancient. It is a law forged in the mind of a man who commanded the most powerful empire the world had ever known, yet still had to command himself to get out of bed each morning. His name was Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, a philosopher king, a man who shouldered the weight of the known world, from the forests of Germania to the deserts of Syria. And in the quiet, pre-dawn hours, likely in a cold military tent far from the comforts of Rome, he fought the same battle you fight, the battle against the blankets. In his private journal, a text we now know as Meditations, he wrote a direct command to his weaker self. He gave us the blueprint. Listen to these words and understand that they were written by a man for himself as an operational command. He wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for? The things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm?' This is not a gentle suggestion. It is a profound reframing of the entire struggle. It is the Stoic law of morning command. This law is rooted in a core principle of Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control. This idea is simple, but its power is absolute. It states that some things are within our control and some things are not. You do not control the feeling of tiredness when your alarm goes off. That is a biological reality, an external sensation. You do not control the seductive comfort of your bed or the coldness of the floor. These are externals. You control one thing and one thing only: your response, your choice, your will. This is the fundamental difference between the two mindsets. The 99% allow their feelings, their internal state, to be dictated and manipulated by the comfort of the bed. They are slaves to externals. They wake up and conduct a poll of their emotions. How do I feel? Am I tired? Do I want to get up? The answer, of course, is always no. And so, they surrender their will to a piece of furniture and some fabric. Their day begins with their lower self, the part that craves comfort and ease, successfully overriding their higher self, the part that desires discipline and achievement. The 1%, the Stoic, operates under a different law. He understands the dichotomy of control in his very bones. The alarm is an external event. The tiredness is an external feeling. His rising is an internal, non-negotiable decision. He imposes his will onto the external world. He does not ask his body for permission. He gives it an order. The chain of command is clear. His mind is the general. His body is the soldier. The soldier does not get to debate the mission. It executes. This act of rising is not about feeling good. It is about establishing authority over yourself. It is a declaration that you, your conscious will, are in charge, not your fleeting feelings or your environment. You are reclaiming your sovereignty from the tyranny of your own comfort. You have been given the philosophy. You understand the law of command. Now, you will be given the operational protocol. These are not suggestions. These are not life hacks to be tried and discarded. This is the system. These are the 6 rules of execution for forging your mental armor, starting from the moment the signal is given. Rule 1, the zero negotiation rule. The decision to rise was not made in the dark, when you are weak and groggy. It was made the night before, by your higher self, the part of you that wants to win. When you set that alarm, you signed a contract. The sound of that alarm is not a request. It is the enforcement of that contract. Your only job is to obey. The moment you allow a single thought of debate to enter your mind, just a few more minutes. It's so cold. I'll make up the time later. You have already lost. There is no conversation to be had. There is no democratic vote between your ambition and your comfort. There is only the command and your immediate, unquestioning obedience. This is an act of integrity. It is you, in the present, honoring the intention of the best version of yourself from the past. Rule 2, the 5-second annihilation. The human brain is designed to protect you from things that are difficult, scary, or uncomfortable. The moment you hesitate, it will flood your mind with 1,000 reasons to stay put. We must bypass this defense mechanism. From the instant the alarm sounds, you have a 5-second window to exit the bed and be vertical. You will use a launch sequence. Count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On 1, your feet are on the floor. This is not a physical challenge. It is a neurological one. By counting backwards, you interrupt the brain's habit of creating excuses, and you activate the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that executes decisions. You are hijacking your own biology to force action. This is not about motivation. It is about a simple, repeatable system that annihilates hesitation before it can take root. Rule 3. Environmental warfare. Your bedroom is not a sanctuary of comfort. It is a battlefield, and you will rig it for victory. Your alarm is not your phone, which is a portal to distraction and weakness. Your alarm is a separate, dedicated device. It is placed on the other side of the room, forcing you to physically get up to silence it. The battle is half won the moment you're standing. Your clothes for the day or for your morning workout are laid out the night before. There is no decision to be made. A full glass of water is on your nightstand, ready to be consumed. You must remove all friction. Every obstacle, every tiny decision point is an opportunity for your weaker self to mount a counterattack. Engineer your environment so that discipline is the path of least resistance. Rule 4. The immediate action protocol. Once you are vertical, you are not to wander aimlessly. You will immediately execute a predetermined, non-negotiable task. This is your first victory. It is the first domino. Drink the entire glass of water. Make your bed with military precision, pulling the sheets taut. Perform 10 push-ups. The specific action is less important than its immediacy and its certainty. This act proves to your subconscious mind that you do what you say you are going to do. It creates a cascade of momentum. You are not simply making a bed. You are imposing order on your personal universe. You are starting your day not with a thought, not with a feeling, but with a completed task. A clean, undeniable win. Rule 5. The morning interrogation. For the first 15 minutes of your day, your phone does not exist. It remains off, silent, and out of sight. You do not consume information. You generate intention. You will not allow the chaos of the world, the emails, the headlines, the notifications, to program your mind. Instead, you will program it yourself. You will ask the Aurelian questions. What is my duty today? What virtue must I practice to meet this day well? What stands in my way, and how will I overcome it? This is your mission briefing. You are defining the terms of your day before anyone else gets the chance to. You are shifting from a reactive state, a slave to the world's agenda, to a proactive state, the commander of your own. Rule 6. The discomfort inoculation. Finally, you will deliberately introduce a small, controlled stressor. You will choose your hardship. A 60-second cold shower. Reading one page from a difficult philosophical text. A short, intense burst of exercise that leaves you breathless. You inoculate yourself against the chaos of the day by proving that you can handle discomfort by choice. This recalibrates your entire system. After willingly standing under ice-cold water, a difficult phone call or an annoying traffic jam becomes trivial. You are teaching your nervous system that you do not run from difficulty. You lean into it. This is how you forge armor, not by seeking comfort, but by mastering discomfort. Your training begins now, not tomorrow, not in an hour. It begins in the silence after my voice ends. You have been given the protocol. You have been handed the psychological weapons. For the next 24 hours, you are on a mission. This is not a passive period of waiting. It is an active period of preparation. You will prepare your environment according to the rules of warfare. You will place your alarm across the room, a lonely sentinel guarding the border between your old life and your new one. You will lay out your clothes, not as a convenience, but as a statement of intent. You will fill that glass of water and place it by your bed, a silent testament to the immediate action you have sworn to take. Every small act of preparation tonight is a vote for the person you will become tomorrow. Each action is a grain of sand, tipping the scales of your identity away from weakness and toward command. Feel the weight of this moment. The person you have been until today, the one who bargains with the alarm clock, the one who rationalizes weakness, the one who whispers, "Just 5 more minutes." That person is on their deathbed. Tomorrow morning, when that alarm sounds, it is their funeral bell. You are not killing them. You are simply choosing to stop feeding them. You are letting them starve from a lack of attention. You will stand up, and you will walk away, and you will leave that weak, pathetic, comfort-seeking ghost entangled in the bedsheets, a relic of a past you no longer inhabit. This is not a metaphor. It is a psychological rebirth. You must consciously decide that the identity of someone who struggles in the morning is no longer yours to claim. It is an ill-fitting coat you're now shrugging off and leaving on the floor for good. To make this transformation real, to burn the bridges back to your old self, you must perform one final act, an act of public commitment. This is a well-documented psychological trigger. When we state our intentions publicly, we become bound by them. Our desire for consistency, to appear congruent in the eyes of others and ourselves, becomes a powerful force for action. It is a tripwire we set for our own weakness. It makes backing down painful, more painful than the discomfort of rising. Therefore, you will go to the comments section of this video right now, and you will seal this contract with yourself. This is your public declaration of war against mediocrity. It is your first act of deliberate, disciplined execution. You will write this exact phrase, and nothing more. Command, not comfort. Let those words sink in. Command. It is the language of sovereignty, of agency, of the part of you that gives orders instead of taking them from fleeting emotions. It is the mindset of the general, the emperor, the creator. It is active, deliberate, and uncompromising. Comfort. That is the language of the slave, the language of the child. It is the siren song of stagnation, the warm embrace of decay. It is the short-term pleasure that guarantees long-term pain and regret. By typing those 3 words, you are choosing your side. You are casting your vote in the only election that has ever mattered, the one for control of your own mind. Do it now. Do not hesitate. Hesitation is the voice of the weak self you are about to leave behind. Post the comment. Then, subscribe to this channel and activate all notifications. Understand what this place is. This is not a source of passive entertainment. We do not deal in fleeting motivation or feel-good platitudes. This is a training ground. This is where you come to be forged, to be hardened, to be given the mental frameworks and operational protocols required to reclaim your own life. Every piece of content is a tool. Every lesson is a whetstone for your mind. Treat it as such. Your preparation is complete. Your orders are clear. We are done here.